Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today's video is a highly requested Q&A video on intermittent fasting. This is a highly requested video because you guys wanted me to give you information about it basis snippets that I was sharing on my Instagram stories. If you're not following me on Instagram, please go ahead and follow me because I share a lot of random updates from daily life on my stories. So basically I was talking about my intermittent fasting on stories and you guys started asking me questions. So I put out a question poll thing on my stories and literally got a whole heap of questions from you. When I got this set of questions in, I was in my 4th-ish week, I think, of intermittent fasting. As of now, I will complete 2 months of it in the next 10 days. The reason I didn't sit and film this video immediately was because I wanted to see how my body was responding to it, so I was in a better place to be able to answer all of your questions. So now you know what today's video is about. Let me not make this intro any longer. Just give you a quick reminder to please hit the subscribe button and turn those bell notifications on, and hopefully by now you've also given me some support and love on my Hindi YouTube channel, so make sure you guys go check that out as well. Let's now dive right into these questions. First things first, I have to put a disclaimer forward. I am not a dietitian. I'm not formally consulting a dietitian. I'm doing IF based on independent research, asking friends who have consulted dietitians, trying to find a combination of what I'm reading online, but not like random Googling, like verifying from people, international influencers, and a lot of information that I've actually received has been from my personal friend circle, from people who do intermittent fasting and have been following it, practicing it for a very long time. Everything I answer in this video will be from my personal point of view. I am not a professional, I am not an expert, just putting this out there because I don't want anybody to feel confused about where I'm coming from. So I will be going through the questions. I have all of them screenshotted. I actually haven't even gone through them as yet. As we go along, I'm going to keep picking questions and answering them, and hopefully they will come in helpful for you. Okay, over to the questions. Okay, so the first question I'm going to pick is, are you doing this for weight loss? I'm not doing this for weight loss. I'm basically doing this because from everything I've heard, intermittent fasting is a very healthy form of lifestyle. There are different religions that actually preach eating within a certain from time A to time B. For example, during Ramzan, it's a great form of detoxification. I believe the Jains do it where they eat from sunrise to sunset. I'm sure there are a lot of other religions that do it and spiritual schools that tell you to do this. I'm doing this because I believe it's a great form of just disciplining your body. I read up somewhere about how when you keep constantly feeding your body food, you're actually not giving it recovery time to really digest everything you're feeding it, and that logic is what really appealed to me. So I'm doing it as a form of discipline, as a form of controlling my portions, controlling my appetite, because I did become a huge glutton in the middle. I was eating anything and everything at any time. I would wake up at 4 in the morning and I would eat a whole pizza a couple of times in the night, which is obviously not a good thing. So I just really wanted to be able to stop myself from doing stuff like that. The weight loss, also, it's not really weight loss. I feel like I haven't lost any weight since I started. I've lost a couple of inches for sure in different parts of my body. So I would definitely also kind of emphasize that to you guys. How was it? Did it work well? Any not to forget do's and don'ts? And I like the question that's next to it as well, which is how not to get hungry. I feel like these kind of go together because there's really not too many do's and don'ts. Basically, the idea is not to feed your body any food, anything that it will release insulin within your fasting hours. So I do a 16 to 8 ratio, although for a lot of women it is recommended that even just a 14-hour fasting period does the job. I prefer to stick to 16-hour fasting period where I'm eating for 8 hours and fasting for 16 hours. So these time windows are completely up to you. There are no do's and don'ts apart from the fact that you can't eat anything in your fasting period. You can do your green tea, black coffee, water, that kind of a thing. But like for example, one of the questions I had when I was talking to a friend was, can I put lime in my water? And he was like, no, you can't put lime in your water. You can have just water. You can't make nimbu pani of it, for example. So there's not too many do's and don'ts on that front. When you say how not to get hungry, To be honest, the first few days are a little bit tough, but you get used to it. Like your body gets acclimatized sort of to getting food within that certain period. So I shuffle between a 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. eating window. Sometimes I shuffle it up to do a 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. eating window. So it really depends. Once your body gets used to it, you're used to it. So the next couple of questions again are really interesting. There's someone who's asking what is the best time duration as in number of hours for intermittent fasting, and then there's someone who's saying will it help me fix my erratic dinner timing, like will intermittent help? Again, it's completely up to you as to what you keep your window like. I know someone who does their eating from 9 a.m. To 5-6 p.m., which for me is too early. I need to keep eating till at least 8 o'clock. So I prefer 12 to 8, or usually I prefer 2 to 10. Will it help you set your dinner time and schedule? That's up to you. If you keep a 2 to 10 but you don't land up discipline wise just sitting down to eat at 8:30 or 9, that's self-discipline. I don't think anything can put you in a situation where you're like, acha, ab to karna hi hai. That's a very self thing. Having said that, I feel like the other question is sort of answered, where duration-wise, you can pick between 16 to 8 or 14 to 10. That's completely up to you. A lot of people even do lesser and more combinations. Maybe, I mean, you're a woman, I take by your username. I would probably say try out a 14-hour fasting window to start with, and then see if you feel like taking it to 16 or if you just feel like leaving it at 14. Okay, this question is absolutely great and I feel like would make for a very great introduction into intermittent fasting at large. What exactly does intermittent fasting do to your body? Intermittent fasting disciplines your body, like I said, apart from which you're training your body to make sure it digests the food you've fed it all this time before you go ahead and feed it more food. So I've been a small portions and multiple portions person all my life. I love breakfasts. So saying bye-bye to my breakfasts has been one of the toughest things for me in this process. The reason I'm not doing breakfasts at all is because typically my breakfasts used to be at 8 or 9 a.m. Keeping that 8-hour funda in mind, it would mean I would have to eat my last meal at 5 p.m., which is too early for even me. I go to bed at, like, I'm in my bed to fall asleep by 10:30 latest on weekdays especially. So 5 is too late because in those 5 hours then I'll be super hungry. I prefer doing a 2 p.m. to a 10 p.m. where in the morning I'm busy in any case. If I'm going to the gym, I sulk a little bit, but I do the black coffee because it gives my body an instant boost of energy. So I feel like stuff like that works well. Intermittent is helping me with discipline, digestion, and it's just gotten me to keep a lot of things on track. Someone is asking, isn't it not healthy to not eat and being able to stay for so long? What do you crave in between? It's not healthy because it's not like I'm starving myself at all during my eating hours. I'm eating everything. I'm keeping no restriction. One of the main reasons I was so keen on doing intermittent after being hesitant about it for quite some time also, finally I gave in with so much keenness was because I realized I don't want to do any diet. I don't want to do a keto. I don't want to do a lazy keto. I want to eat all the sugar I want to eat. I'm trying to like just control my sugar because there's a lot of diabetes in my family. It has nothing to do with diet. But I eat whatever I want and I eat how much ever I want in those 8 hours. The beauty of it is that naturally, because I'm eating one nice portion when I start off my eating window, then I eat smaller portions. Your automatic portion control just lands up happening because how many huge meals can you have in that much time? You get full also. So that's the beauty of it. Your food, you're giving your body enough time to digest and you're not overfeeding your body or starving your body. How do you manage your time schedule with all the shoots and events? And do I feel more energetic now? So the way I'm managing is a lot of times I wake up, like in general, I wake up really early. I'm up by like 7, sometimes 6, depending on what time I tend to go to the gym. Now, also, side note, I started intermittent fasting on the 27th of January and I went to gym only the first 10 days because of my shoots and work and travels and the bunch of weddings that I had going on. I actually, by complete coincidence, did not land up going to the gym. I plan on going back to the gym once all of this coronavirus thing is a little bit died down. So I plan on keeping intermittent fasting as a way of life for as long as I can. I will gym with doing intermittent fasting with IF. I'm just going to call it IF from here. How I manage is simple. When I'm in my eating window, which I am through the day, if I'm traveling for a meeting or for a shoot, I carry a little dabba with me with dry fruits or fruits, with any kind of a snack. I never go anywhere without my water in any case. So I feel like those little hacks come in very, very handy. Do I feel more energetic now? Yes, I feel much less lethargic. I feel like my body is responding to me better, and that's very helpful. It's a great feeling. How many days in a week should I do IF for it to be result oriented? And how long does the result take to show? Do you feel more energetic? I answered some of that earlier. How long in a week? Well, I'm doing IF in general. From Jan 27th to today, I'm filming this video. It's the 14th of March. I've taken 3 or 4 days off in the middle. And that was also because I was in all that wedding phase where all my friends were getting married. Barring that, I haven't taken any days off, not even on Sundays. If I feel like giving myself a little bit of a leeway when I'm like out with friends or family, then I may just do instead of a 16-hour fasting, I might land up doing a 15-hour fasting. And basically, it means I'll give myself 1 hour extra to eat. But that's it. I don't find the need for anything else. How would you curb your hunger later post dinner? It's so tough. Were you able to do it properly for 16 hours? Yes, I was able. I have been able to do it regularly for 16 hours. I don't think you have to curb your hunger because you just don't feel hungry. You eat. The idea is to not starve your body. You eat well enough, whatever you want in those 8 hours of when you want to eat. तो भूख लगेगी ही नहीं आपको. At least मेरे साथ वैसे होता है. Does it help in reducing belly fat and weight? Do we put on if we stop? This is a really interesting question. So I don't know if you'll put on if you'll stop because I've not stopped. And like I said, I'm going to answer everything from a personal point of view, not being an expert. But belly fat, yes. So I'm someone who used to have a full flat stomach. But I always had a little under the navel outy belly. I'm not obsessed with a flat stomach or anything like that. I feel like all body types are beautiful, but I have genuinely noticed that my belly fat has gone in, my stomach's gotten flatter much easily. Apart from that, one thing that I was really excited to observe in myself, which I'm seeing 100%, like I've seen it both times in these 1.5 months, was when I got my period. On both occasions, I did not bloat, which is mind-blowing to me. Usually I keep track of my period with dates, but the first thing that makes me think is, oh, I'm about to get my period, is because I start feeling bloated, which is very normal with most women. I did not feel bloated at all, which was something I was really looking forward to experiencing, and I was glad because I did not bloat, and that was so amazing, so different. Okay, can teenagers 17 to 18 years try intermittent fasting? Vidhi, I'm not sure. I am not an expert. I would highly recommend you consult a dietitian or a general physician before you decide to do this. Diet plan, please. To be honest, I don't have a diet plan. The only thing I'm doing apart from IF and hoping to get back to the gym is monitoring my sugar intake. Barring that, I'm doing nothing else. Honestly, I feel like even the reason why I'm monitoring my sugar intake is because, like I said, like both sides of my family have diabetes. But I feel like if you're already doing something like IF, which is apparently very, very healthy, then there's no need to do anything else also. For me, that was a huge, by the way, it was a huge qualifier to do IF, because one of the main reasons I was hesitant and all that initially was because I suffer from low blood sugar, but then those coffee shots help with that. But the other reason was I said I don't want to do any kind of diets. I don't want to keep count of calories and protein and carbs. Nahi hota. I want to be able to eat whatever I want within my eating window, and that's one of the main things that drew me towards IF. Does a coffee shot before workout help, or should it be taken after workout? So like I said, I suffer from low blood sugar. There's no way I can go to the gym and function with full energy when I have not eaten the night before. Like if I've stopped eating at 10 p.m, and I'm not eating my bananas or having my dates before going to the gym in the morning, I need that energy. So I'm doing it before going to the gym. You could do it after going to the gym, I guess, also. But if you're looking for that energy boost, then I would say before. Now, that's what I'm doing. How to progress to the ratio of 23:1. I don't know why you would want to do this. Isn't that too aggressive? I don't know. I can't answer this. I have no idea. I've never even thought of increasing the 16. I guess you should consult a dietitian if that's something you're trying to do. Please don't do something so aggressive without consulting an expert, huh? A lot of you are asking me for the basics of IF, but I feel like I've already covered that over here. Are there any visible changes in 1 month? I feel like I've also covered that. Can you eat anything between your first meal and last meal? This is an interesting question because I've heard various combinations of how people just do 2 meals, 2 really big meals in those 8 hours. Some people said they only eat once every hour or something like that. I don't follow any of that. I eat as much as I want and at any intervals I want during that 8-hour period. I don't want any of those. I don't add on rules. At least I'm not following any add-on rules. Can a person with hyperacidity follow this? I would recommend, again, you talk to your general physician first, for sure. What is the quickest change you've seen after being on IF? I'll give you 2 quick changes. One is the belly fat point, where I'm literally working, like it's like my body is just working towards a flat stomach. And the second is the non-bloating during period or before period thing, which is another really awesome thing that happened and I was very happy about. How to satisfy sudden cravings during intermittent fasting. To be honest, intermittent fasting for me was an escape from my otherwise normal cravings. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but like I would wake up in the middle of the night and want to have a chocolate and I would go back to sleep, which is really not normal. Sugar makes, the chocolate makes you sugar high, but I would manage to go back to sleep. My body has been that immune to sugar. Now when I get cravings, I just tell myself you can't. Like it's discipline. It's like now you're fasting, so you can't eat it. Wait till tomorrow and eat it tomorrow after lunch or something. For me, the toughest thing, actually, more than just random cravings, has been breakfasts. I love breakfasts. I'm someone who normally used to do 2 breakfasts every day. I would do my post gym breakfast. Before gym, I would have my dates or my bananas, and then at around 11:30 I would sit to have poha or toast jam, whatever I was in the mood for. Then I would do lunch at around 2:30, and then I would do sham ka nashta and then dinner. So I've been a small food portion girl all my life. So the toughest thing for me was letting go of breakfasts. Are you supposed to work out while intermittent fasting? I think that's a personal call, no? I want to work out regularly during IF, but if you don't want to, I guess that should be fine. 16 hours or 18 hours, which one is better? I'm not sure anyone's doing 18. I think the 2 general defaults are 14 hours for women and 16 hours for men. But again, I'm sure there are different combinations everywhere. Please talk to a dietitian before taking this on if you have absolutely any doubts. Like I said, I am not an expert. I'm just sitting here to share my experience with you. Do you feel fatigued or drained during IF? No, I don't because I'm eating regularly in my eating window. Most of my awake hours are my eating hours. You have to time it correctly. That's very important. I'm someone who goes to bed at 10:30, like I was saying. So when I have to stop eating at 10, I'm fine. I feel okay. A lot of times I also stop eating at 8 if I've started eating at 12. So I shuffle between anything from 12 to 1 to 2 to start eating, and then I do an 8-hour eating window from there. I don't feel fatigued or dragged. I mean, the first few days were tough. Maybe the first week, give yourself some time to adjust if you're about to try IF. But no, once you get used to it, your body just kind of fits in. Does it affect your toilet habits? I haven't noticed anything for myself in this. I haven't even heard about anything while doing my research and asking friends, to be honest. So I would say no, not mine at least. Does it make you lose your muscle mass faster? I don't think so, because maybe if you're working out or doing your protein shakes, you should be fine. I do a very mild no carb protein shake that I actually only recently started doing, that I do after gym. So maybe not. Again, like I'm saying, these questions are really technical. Please ask the experts. You can talk to your dietitian, your GP, or your gym trainer. Either should do. Okay, so I feel like I've covered broadly most of the questions I had over there. I hope you have found this video helpful. Maybe I'll do an update for you guys in a few months if I'm still doing IF and how it's doing for me. Just keep in mind that this is something that requires a lot of discipline. You will take some time to get used to it. It has its benefits. If you have any hesitations of particular minus points that you have in mind, please talk to an expert. And I feel like everything should be tried once. Like, I tried a low carb meal plan for a while in the middle, and I enjoyed it while it was there, but as much as I enjoyed it during my 3-week 4-week period, I don't think it can be my way of life. For me, IF, the way I'm looking at it and feeling about it, is that I think I can do it as a way of life. If you have any add-on questions, let me know what they are down below in the comments. Please drink lots of water. Water is the key to staying healthy. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Please drink water. Pause this video, drink water, please. So I hope that you're going to go ahead and hit like on this video and come back for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Love you. Bye.